So right there behind me, we just finished clearing this area and we're gonna finish it up. I'm gonna drill some footers there, as well as put some plastic and some more of the milled asphalt to match the rest of the parking area here. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a outdoor produce stand, and we're working with the company Coveronics. Now Coveronics, they make outdoor gazebos and things like that that are traditionally for around like backyards and pools, but we wanted to change it up a little bit and just make it easier on ourselves to build something that was easy and would look great. So this setup is actually an A-frame slope roof setup with a metal roof as well as a wooden frame. It's a 10 by 12. It should be relatively easy to put together. Came in 4 different boxes. The quality overall looks really good, and I'm excited to do this, and just overall excited to change it up a little bit from the normal application you would see a gazebo or something like that being used for. So right now the prep work is in progress, and I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that, but I can't wait to share this project with you as well as show you just the overall quality and product from Coveronics. So once the holes were all done, I laid down some of the landscape fabric and poured the concrete forms to make everything level, which it would sit on to give it some more height. So this is the same fabric that was underneath of the other area of the driveway. So you can see this, it's all essentially stapled down. The forms are all dried. And while not the best concrete pour job, they are going to work perfectly for this. Then we had some additional asphalt millings delivered to match everything else. I don't know how crazy the project will be. I can show you all the pieces here. So I think I've had more pieces in some of the dressers that you get from those Swedish companies. And then over here, I don't know if you can see it in that box, those are all the metal roof panels. So it should be really nice. That building that we have there is also a 10 by 12 shed. So this is just gonna essentially complement it. Now what I did do is we had grass here before. We cleared all that out. We put some more of the asphalt millings down, stamped that down. I also poured some footers because we want to be able to attach it to the ground, make sure it doesn't blow away, anything like that. So I'm going to attach it to the concrete. You could also do it with those stakes that, drill into the ground to attach it and then not have to worry about it. But this is totally different than what you probably would normally see with a metal roof gazebo. You'd see it out by the pool or just in the backyard. So we wanted to change it up a little bit, test this out, seeing some great reviews from Coveronics, their products. They have a bunch of different things, different sizes. So everything that I'm looking at looks really nicely made, well built, or well put together, I guess. The different pieces, painted, and even the pieces of wood. It says it's cedar. I can go ahead and just take a look at one of these pieces here. I mean, it smells like cedar, so I guess it is cedar if they're gonna say it. It came in 4 boxes. You will probably need somebody to help you with it, and the delivery driver is gonna hate you. But let's get started and see how this goes. All the pieces seem to be packed really well. This is across 4 different boxes, but everything looks to be labeled, looks to be very good quality. So I'm excited to put this together. And it does have that cedar smell. So if you ever put together one of those swing sets, that's what this smells like and looks like. And it does look like it's joined wood, obviously to save money, but when picking it up, it seems like it does have a good amount of weight. And again, the quality and just overall finish look really nice. So we're gonna get started putting these pieces on. And then we'll get all these hardware pieces installed, and then we can move over to the next step, which will essentially be setting up the rectangle and getting the shape and form all together to build this gazebo up. So at first when I was putting this together, I thought the wood pieces that are here were actually metal, and I was looking all over the place for them. And then I was like, wait, these probably are wood that slide into each other, which yes, that was the case. although I can't find the stickers on these, but just make sure that they're aligned the right way. And it looks like the 4 sets, they're exactly the same. They just go together eventually. So putting those together right now. So far, the instructions are pretty clear and pretty easy to follow along with. And I do think that there's less pieces, or at least less hardware than some furniture that I put together, which is nice. Hopefully we'll make it easy doing this, but everything seems to be lining up. Quality is really good. And yeah, I think the only thing was just missing the stickers on this wood stuff. Would be a little helpful to have the sticker on there, or just even just mention it's a wood piece in the instructions, and that would totally help clear that up a little bit. But now right here I have 4 of these to put together. They're exactly the same, so I'm going to put 4 of these together, and then doing this I'll be able to connect these to the posts, and then we can get that, it's not a square, a little bit of a rectangle going. So in my typical building fashion and following directions, I installed 2 of these facing in when they're supposed to be facing out, the black side there. So I just have to flip them around. I have this one and that one over there to flip around so it matches those 2. Whatever, I don't have to take it all down. I can just hold it and flip it, but just, you know, always some fun to the project. So I drilled in some of the anchors that they include. You can watch a video of how these work. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but it would also be nice if they just include the right size bit for concrete, brick, stone, whatever it is. Because I did have to go find one in my shed. Luckily I was able to do it, and then you kind of install it and tap it in. So I did that, and then on the outside here, doing just some of the tap cons just to keep it in place. So in the middle we'll get these, and then tap cons on the outside, but it should not go anywhere. These footers, and please don't judge my my concrete pouring skills, even though I vibrated a little bit, still got some pieces right here. Oh well. But it goes down into the ground about 24 inches or so. So really it should not go anywhere. It's going to be the strength of this plus these screws here that are going to hopefully hold this in place. Because everything is fastened now to the concrete, we're good. It wasn't going to fall over. So I was able to loosen this one and that one up just to flip it around the right direction. What else is new, right? So that's all good. Put those bolts back in. We're good. Everything's fastened. Now we're going to move to the next step. Putting the next pieces up, which is the F1 and Fs, which are going to be like these support brackets. One goes on the outside, and then one goes on the inside there, and then got all the bolts. One thing I will say is, you know, everything should be pretty level, plumb, all that fun stuff, but you may have to just give it a little push or nudge just to line up the screw holes, and you should be okay. Have one on the other side that's being a little bit of a pain in the butt, but then you're going to get 2. One that side, one this side, and then all around. So just going to keep going around there. Hopefully nothing else is backwards. It doesn't look to be the case. Everything looks good. So I think it's more or less just getting it to line up. Maybe the pole's just a little off. Now, for some reason, they don't line up. Don't panic. Most of your stuff should be fine. So just take this. You can obviously push up on it as you need to get that screw hole line, or found if you just push this up because it's starting to sag, and obviously this is holding that up. So you do that, and then you can get it to sit right in place and you can tighten it down. Now we're putting on these covers here, and they're pretty easy. They got the self-tapping screws. So you're gonna just tap those from the bottom and then also from the top. And you got these on all 4 corners, just to give it that nice clean look. I got the first truss up, I believe that's what it is. Pretty easy to do. Just check what bolts or screws you're using. There's 2 bolts that go in the end there. That was pretty simple. So what I did was I just put 1 screw in here, positioned that first, and then kind of figured out where the 2 came together. Once I had that lined up, then I put the 4 screws in, got those going, put the bolts in both sides and then screwed those in, and then came back and did these two other ones on the side. Now at first I'm like, well, where do I know where they go? Because there was no measurements, anything like that. Well, because they're cut on an angle, obviously if you slide it, then it's going to stop where it's fit to go. So pretty easy to do. That's the first one. Everything's tight. I'm gonna come over here and we're gonna do the next one. Quick tip, if you have an angle grinder, cut the head off the Allen key that they include, make it straight, throw it in a drill. It's gonna save your hand. Makes it a lot easier. These are the roof panels right here. You can see how they're painted, look really nice, and pretty decent size thickness on them as well. Pretty impressed. There are some numbers here, N1s, and then the N's are in that box. The N1s are going to go on the edges and everything else is going to overlap. So I just put the one panel up there. I just put a temporary bolt in just to hold it in place, because what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shift it and then screw in the side. That way I can continue to work across there. But it's nice because it has that lip up top where it slides into and sits, but it should be pretty straightforward and easy to do. Can you get the roof panels on by yourself? Yeah, just got to be a little creative about it. For the most part, to start it, I just put one of the bolts through, set it on there to keep that one in place, and then came on with the second panel and just placed that and then tightened it up, and we're good to go. So hopefully that's going to continue being the case all the way across. Yeah, it probably takes a little bit extra work because I got to undo the one bolt and then redo it, but it's just enough just to hold it in place. So if you're working by yourself, I think it can be done. As long as you work in the sections here, you can get to everything, and you can hold these, you know, with another little plier and then screw them from the bottom there. Would be a lot easier with two people. The other nice part of this is, you know, when you put up each panel, you just slide it up into this track here and it kind of sits in place, which is good. So that's obviously going to get the water to run down, but it's just nice, and everything looks to be lining up good. So everything is square, so that's good. So I have two more panels to put on here, but otherwise it's been pretty easy putting these up. These end caps are also pretty easy to install. You just get this one right here, start to screw a little bit, and then you can slide these pieces in, and that's just going to essentially just finish the edge off. So looking really good, and it slides right in to the pocket there. I'm not sure if you can see that, but yeah, pretty good. So there's 4 of these that go together on each side. I found starting one and then sliding it in instead of trying to build it and position it. Otherwise it'll bend all over the place. So just start it, and then you can do the same on the other side. The 10 by 12 gazebo from Coveronics is put together, and I did it pretty much by myself. The only time I needed some assistance was really starting out, getting the different posts, all the 4 corners, and then connecting everything. So my wife helped with that. The rest of it, it would probably be easier to do it with 2 people, but it can be done with 1 person. Just take your time. Doing it on my own, you could do it in a weekend. I did it probably in about a day or so, like 8 hours maybe, just combining everything for the time that I put into it. But everything was good, and thankfully they did include some additional parts like screws and as well as another nut cap and things, because I lost 2 of them, or 1 of each. So luckily I had that, was able to finish it up, no problems. Just went back around and tightened everything. But overall, the quality, I'm really impressed, especially with the roof and all. So the roof, it's that metal roof, and it is, you know, powder coated, really nice looking color. And then the wood here, the wood smells and looks like cedar. It has like the same type of feeling like when you get the swing sets and stuff from the stores, the wood swing sets, and you put them together, something like that. But really everything was drilled perfectly. The directions were probably easier than putting together some dressers, just a lot bigger scale, and you know, some furniture that's just insane, but this was bigger scale. The only other thing that I ran into, just some some, I guess, directions that were a little bit confusing were, number one, should include the bit for the concrete anchors just to make that easier, and maybe just some quick instructions how to do that. I watched the video, not a big deal, was able to do that, and then came back with some tap cons that I picked up and filled in the other holes around it, so it should not be going anywhere unless it's some crazy storm. That's just besides the point. If we have that, then I'm not worried. Otherwise, everything else was pretty straightforward, easy to do. Just a little bit of struggle, getting some of the holes to line up once you were squaring everything back up. The other area I think that was a little confusing was these pieces that go straight across. It was confusing whether or not the gold part should face up or down. I went down with it, and it lined up no problem, except on the ends. There was not a screw hole that went through, so I had to do it, just take that and flip it up. So I'm guessing if that was the case, then maybe the gold faces down. I don't know. It was not really clear in the directions. Either way, it lined up, no problems. Another thing is there's these little plastic caps that go underneath the ridges of the roof. Make sure you put them in. I started, and then I was like, oh crap, I didn't have them done. So I went back and put them back in. Just have them there, so it doesn't really pull it down and squish it. And then the other thing is just make sure those are tight up top. You'll probably have to tighten those nuts every so often. Just get a tall ladder you can probably reach. I'm 5'10", I'm able to reach both of them with the ladder, not a problem. You can get some type of socket or anything if you need to really tighten it down. Other than that, I am really loving this. This gazebo from Coveronics, again, was so easy to put together. This is going to be great addition to the farm stand store that we have, which is a 10 by 12 shed that's been converted with heating and cooling. And then this is going to be right next to it as an outdoor produce stand. The plan is we are going to enclose 3 of the sides, probably using something like fence pickets or something like that to give it more of that rustic farm stand look. But the overall outline of it and just the skeleton of the gazebo, I am loving this. If I were to get this and put it out by the pool or just on a patio, would highly recommend it. One thing just to keep in mind is while I do have it up just to level everything on these footers, I think it's only like 6, it said it was like 6'6" or something like that to this. Plenty tall here because I have it up on the footers. Just make sure you measure all those things. So if you're very tall, you may have to duck down or put it up on some type of footer to make that happen. But otherwise, I am loving this. This would be perfect for your backyard, for your farm, for your pool area, or any other type of project. Now, Coveronics also, not only can you buy it in a bunch of different places, but they have tons of different sizes, different styles. This one, we went with this because it matched the pitch and the roof line of the farm store right here, and it will just work out perfectly. But if you're looking for something bigger, then it could work, or some other type of style, plenty of options that you could check out. And this is going to turn your property into something that's nice and relaxing and a great place to hang out during those great days, or even the rainy days. You can go right underneath there and not worry about it. So thanks again for watching. I'm Alan, and I will see you soon. I am loving this gazebo from Coveronics, and I think you will